Hello everyone. In the previous session we have discussed about the topic forfeiture of shares issued at premium. So as we know, forfeiture of shares issued at premium has two conditions. First is when premium on forfeited share is due but not received. Second is when premium on forfeited shares is received. So when the premium on forfeited shares is due but not received, in such case, the securities premium account is debited in the entry of forfeiture of shares. So why securities premium account is debited? As at the time of forfeiture of shares, premium has not been received from the shareholders. So the company will debit the securities premium account in the entry of forfeiture of shares, so that the shareholders will pay the securities premium account along with the rest of the remaining calls. In the second condition, where the premium on forfeited shares is received, in such case, securities premium account will not be debited because premium due has already been received on application or allotment money in full. So we will now discuss the question based on second condition, that is when premium on forfeited shares is received. And the question is, A Limited issued 1000 shares of rupees 100 each at a premium of rupees 5 per share payable as under. On application rupees 30 per share, on allotment rupees 25 per share including premium. On first call rupees 20 per share, on final call rupees 30 per share. So applications were received for 900 shares which were duly allotted and the allotment money was duly received. At the time of the first call, a shareholder who held 100 shares failed to pay the first call money and his shares were forfeited. These shares were reissued at 60 per share, rupees 70 per share paid. Final call has not been made. Now you are required to give necessary journal entries to record the above transactions. So now according to the question, A Limited issued 1000 shares of rupees 100 each, but applications were received for 900 shares only. That means 1000 shares were issued and 900 shares were subscribed by the public. So this is the case of undersubscription, where the number of shares applied by the public is less than the number of shares issued by the company. So the number of shares applied by the public is 900 and application money is rupees 30 per share. So the application money which will be received is 900 into 30, that is 27,000, and the entry will be bank account debit to share application account. Next we will transfer these application money to the share capital account. So the entry will be share application account debit to share capital account and the amount is 27,000. Next payment is to be made on allotment money. So as we know, the number of shares subscribed by the public is 900 and total allotment money is rupees 25 per share, out of which rupees 5 per share is premium. So the entry for the allotment money due will be share allotment account debit to share capital account to securities premium account, as the securities amount will be transferred to the securities premium account. So the total amount which is actually due on allotment is rupees 20 and number of shares subscribed is 900. So 900 into 20 is 18,000. 18,000 will be transferred to capital account and rupees 5 is the premium amount and number of shares subscribed by the public is 900. So 900 into 5 is 4500 and this amount is transferred to securities premium account. So the total amount due on allotment will be 900 into 25, that is 22,500. Next entry will be on money received on allotment. Entry will be bank account debit to share allotment account and total amount will be 22,500. Now the next amount will be received on first call. So the number of shares applied is 900 and first call amount is rupees 20 per share. So the total amount due on first call will be 900 into 20, which is 18,000. Entry will be share first call account debit to share capital account. Now according to the question, at the time of the first call, a shareholder holding 100 shares failed to pay the first call money. which means first call money on 100 shares has not been received from the shareholders. So the amount will be 100 into 20, that is 2000. So 2000 has not been received from the shareholder. Total amount due on first call money was 18,000, out of which 2000 has not been received from the shareholder. So entry will be bank account debit to share first call account, and the amount will be 18,000 minus 2000, that is 16,000. Now in the question it is given that the shareholders who were holding 100 shares, their shares has been forfeited. That means their shares has been cancelled. So the entry for forfeiture of shares will be share capital account debit to share first call account to share forfeiture account. Share capital account is debited with the amount 7,000 as the called up amount is 30 on application, 20 on allotment, because rupees 5 per share is the premium amount and we have already received the premium amount during the allotment amount. So 30 on application, 20 on allotment, 20 on first call. Called up amount will be 30 plus 20 plus 20, which is rupees 70 per share. So 70 into 100 will be 7,000. Share first call account is credited with the amount 2,000 because the shareholders holding 100 shares has not paid the first call amount, and the first call amount was rupees 20. 20 into 100 is 2,000. Share forfeiture account is credited with the amount 5,000 because the amount on application and allotment has been received. So application money is rupees 30 and allotment money will be rupees 20 excluding premium. The total is 30 plus 20 is 50. Number of share forfeited is 100. So 100 into 50 is 5,000. Now the shares which were forfeited are now reissued at rupees 60 per share as rupees 20 per share was paid up value. So it is clear that these shares has been reissued at discount because the reissue amount is rupees 60 and the paid up amount is rupees 70. So the discount will be rupees 10 per share. And also the final call has not been made. So the entry for reissue of shares will be bank account debit, share forfeiture account debit to share capital account. Now bank account has been debited with the amount 6,000 as the reissued amount is rupees 60 per share and the number of shares reissued is 100. So 100 into 60 is 6,000. Share forfeiture account is debited because the shares has been reissued at discount and it is debited with the amount 1,000 as there is a discount of rupees 10 per share and the number of shares reissued is 100. So 100 into 10 is rupees 1,000. To share capital account will be credited with the amount 6,000 plus 1,000, that is 7,000. Now at last we will transfer the credit balance remaining in the forfeiture account to the capital reserve account. So at the time of forfeiture, share forfeiture account was credited with the amount 5,000, out of which 1,000 has been used to compensate the loss during the reissue of forfeited shares. So 5,000 minus 1,000 is 4,000. The amount of forfeiture account which will be transferred to capital reserve account will be 4,000. So with this we have completed the question based on both the conditions which comes under the forfeiture of shares issued at premium. So in the next session we'll do some more questions related to the reissue of shares and forfeiture of shares. So that's all for today. Thank you.